Picture this: you're leading a crucial meeting, the kind that could impact your career. Instead of being fully present, your mind is spinning with thoughts about food. Did I eat too much at breakfast? Should I have that lunch meeting at the Italian place? What if I lose control and overeat again? Sound familiar? If you're exhausted from the constant mental chatter around food while trying to excel in your career, you're in the right place. Because today, I'm going to show you exactly how to free your mind from the constant thoughts about food for good. And now, before we dive in, if you're tired of food consuming your mental energy, hit that subscribe button, and I'll be sharing powerful strategies every week to help high-achieving women just like you find food freedom while crushing it in their careers. I'm Jessica Lawson, and trust me, I know this struggle intimately. As a former tech executive, I watched my weight spiral out of control, gaining 140 pounds in just 5 years while climbing the corporate ladder. And on the outside, I was the picture of success. But inside, I was drowning in food thoughts, shame, and the exhausting cycle of trying to get it together. Let me guess, like me, you've probably tried it all. Every diet, every meal plan, GLP-1s, maybe you even consider bariatric surgery like I did. Yes, I lost those 140 pounds through bariatric surgery, but here's what nobody tells you. Surgery just changes your stomach, but it doesn't touch the real issue, which is your brain. The food thoughts, still there. Emotional eating, it's still there. The mental exhaustion of trying to stay on track, all still there. But everything changed when I discovered the truth. This isn't about food at all. It's about stress, perfectionism, and the high-achieving woman's relationship with control. This revelation transformed my life so completely that I left my corporate career, became certified in nutrition coaching, learned how to coach women through nutrition, weight loss, emotional eating, binge eating recovery, and made it my mission to help other successful women just like me break free from the food prison holding them back. Now, after helping over 120 women, I have a proven system that actually works, and today I'm sharing it with you. Now, here's a statistic that first stopped me in my tracks when I discovered it. Scientists have found that the average person makes over food-related decisions every single day. But for high achievers like you and me, that number skyrockets to 400, even 600 decisions. Just think about your day. You're already juggling back-to-back meetings where your mind is racing about what to eat before and after. High-stakes presentations where stress triggers intense cravings. And those perfect-looking executives who seem to have it all together, making you question every single food choice. And lastly, the constant pressure to maintain peak energy and performance so you can work 12, 14 hours a day. Look, I see you nodding right now. I know that mental exhaustion of trying to excel in your career while food thoughts are hijacking your brain. But here's what I discovered after working with dozens of successful women is that this is not a willpower issue. You already have incredible discipline. This is a systems problem. And systems, that's something we high achievers know how to fix. So before I share my solution, we need to address the elephant in the room. I know you're trying to solve this the same way that you solve everything in your career, with sheer determination and discipline. You've probably pushed yourself to have more willpower, only to feel depleted and then binge later. Maybe you created detailed meal plans that made you even more obsessed with food. Maybe you tried ignoring your hunger until it came back with a vengeance during that important client dinner. Or my personal favorite, maybe you researched every nutrition strategy available until your brain was swimming with conflicting information. Here's why none of these worked. They're all treating the symptom, not the cause. It's like trying to fix a broken system by working harder instead of working smarter. But you're a high performer. You're at the top of your game. You understand systems thinking, and that's exactly what we're about to apply to your relationship with food. After working with dozens of high-achieving women, I've discovered the real reason you can't stop thinking about food comes down to 3 key factors, and I promise you, these aren't what you expect. In fact, they might completely change how you think about your relationship with food. The first factor is what I call the systems void. Just like you have systems for your email, your team management, your project planning, you need a system for food. Without one, your brilliant mind fills that void with constant questions and doubts. And when you don't have a trusted system, your brain is forced to make hundreds of decisions from scratch every single day. Think about it. Should I eat this before this next meeting? Was this too much food? What should I have for dinner? Did I eat too much at lunch? Your brain is constantly trying to optimize and solve a problem that shouldn't exist in the first place. The second factor is what I call the energy roller coaster. And think about it. You're skipping breakfast for early meetings, grabbing whatever's available for lunch, pushing through afternoon crashes with coffee. And research shows that this regular eating pattern increases your stress hormones up to 37%. No wonder you can't stop thinking about food. Your body is literally in survival mode. And what happens when your body's in survival mode? Your brain becomes hypervigilant about food. It's literally trying to keep you alive. And those constant food thoughts, they're actually your body's emergency signals trying to get your attention. And the third factor, this is a big one, the high achiever paradox. The same drive and perfectionism that makes you successful in your career are actually working against you with food. You set ambitious goals for eating perfectly, create detailed food plans, track every variable just like you do at work. But when life happens, an unexpected client dinner, a stressful board meeting, or a late night deadline, any deviation feels like a failure, triggering even more food thoughts and anxiety. This creates a vicious cycle. The more that you try to control food with your high achieving mindset, the more it controls you. And I know this cycle intimately because I lived it myself during my corporate career. How do you solve all of this? This is where my freedom framework comes in, a system specifically designed for high-performing women just like you. And what makes this framework different is that it works with your high-achieving mindset instead of against it. It takes everything that makes you successful in your career and channels it into a sustainable relationship with food. We start with the foundation. Just like building a company, we establish core nutrition and hydration processes, structured eating times that align with your calendar, energy-based meal planning, and decision elimination strategies. And this creates the foundation for sustainable, stress-free eating that supports your performance. Think of it like setting up your company's standard operating procedures, and once they're in place, you don't have to reinvent the wheel every day. We'll create clear protocols for different scenarios, busy meeting days, travel days, high stress periods, and social events. And this eliminates the mental load of constant food decisions. Next is emotional regulation. Think of this as your body's operating system. We're going to recalibrate your hunger signals, create specific stress response protocols, and build in what I call mental bandwidth protection. This is about creating a relationship with food that enhances your performance instead of draining it. You're going to learn exactly how to decipher between physical hunger and emotional head hunger and maintain focus during high-pressure situations. And the goal here isn't perfect eating. It's optimal performance and peace of mind. Now, let me show you exactly how this works in real life. We start with the morning mental clarity protocol, a 15-minute power start that eliminates food anxiety before it begins. Now, this sets up your brain and body for optimal performance from the moment you wake up. It's not about adding more to your already busy morning. It's about strategically front-loading your day to prevent food thoughts from hijacking your focus later. Next is workday focus protection, where we create your personal power performance map, aligning your nutrition with your peak performance needs. This ensures that you're fueled for success during the most demanding tasks and important meetings. We're going to identify your key performance windows throughout the day and create a nutrition strategy that supports them. This isn't about rigid meal timing. It's about strategic energy management that works with your schedule. Finally, there's the evening wind down system, which prevents late night eating that sabotages so many high achievers. This completes the framework by ensuring you end your day as strongly as you started it. And we'll create specific protocols for handling evening stress, managing late night work sessions, and maintaining energy without relying on food as a crutch. And the power of this framework lies in its systematic approach to transforming your relationship with food. And by working with your high achieving mindset instead of against it, we're going to create lasting change that supports both your career success and your well-being. And the best part, you'll start experiencing more mental clarity and focus within the first 2 weeks. This is not about willpower or restriction. It's about creating a sophisticated system that matches your level of professional excellence. Imagine walking into your next big meeting without one single food thought distracting you. Imagine having crystal clear focus during your most important presentations and ending ending your day energized and in control rather than exhausted and obsessing over food. This isn't just a dream. This is exactly what's possible when you have the right system in place. I know because I've lived this transformation myself, going from gaining 140 pounds while climbing the corporate ladder to finally finding true food freedom. If you're ready to stop letting food thoughts hijack your mental energy, here's your next step. Book a food freedom strategy session with me. And during this session, we're going to map out exactly where food thoughts are stealing your mental bandwidth, identify your specific triggers, and create a clear action plan to free up your mental energy using the Freedom Framework. Now, this isn't for everyone. I only work with women who are ready to approach food with the same level of strategic thinking they bring to their career. So if you're ready to transform your relationship with food and reclaim your mental energy, click the link below to book your food freedom strategy session, and let's turn food freedom from a constant struggle into your new reality. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and turn on notifications for more strategies on achieving food freedom while excelling in your career.